Good morning. I'm Pamela A. Smith, Chief of Police for the Metropolitan Police Department here in Washington, D.C. We are here today to provide an update on an officer-involved shooting that occurred in the 1400 block of Girard Street Northwest. I am joined today by Chief Michael Anzalo of the Washington Metropolitan Transit Police Department, Mr. Gaddis Serralto, Director of the United States Marshal Service, Mr. Anthony Spotwood, Special Agent in charge of ATF, Washington Field Office, Executive Assistant Chief Jeffrey Carroll, and Assistant Chief Tasha Bryant of the Metropolitan Police Department. What we know at this time, the investigation is still the investigation is still preliminary. So I want to make sure that you understand that it's still fluid right now, and we're still trying to gather as much information as we can. But what we know at this time is that at 7 a.m. this morning, members of our Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force, known as CARTF, were inside of an apartment building in the 1400 block of Girard Street Northwest, executing an arrest warrant of a homicide suspect. The suspect was wanted for first-degree murder while armed, premeditated, for the homicide of 33-year-old Mauricia Singletary. Singletary was located inside of an apartment building in the 4000 block of Minnesota Avenue Northeast on the evening of October 5th, 2025. As task force members entered the suspect's apartment this morning, an exchange of gunfire occurred between the suspect and the members of the task force. The suspect was struck multiple times. Officers immediately called for DC Fire and EMS to respond to the scene. Despite all life-saving measures, he was pronounced deceased on scene. No members of the task force were injured in the shooting, and no MPD members fired their service weapon during this incident. The suspect's firearm was recovered inside of the apartment and is pictured here. Just to give you a little bit of background on CARTF, our Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force, it was established in 2004 and is comprised of over 100 federal, state, and local agencies across the National Capital Region, to include members of the Metropolitan Police Department. CARTF is responsible for executing arrest warrants of some of the most dangerous suspects in the community, including homicide suspects. Agents from the Metropolitan Police Department's Investigative Internal Affairs Division investigates all officer-involved shootings here in the District of Columbia and are leading this investigation. This case will be independently reviewed by our United States Attorney's Office. What I want to say, just as a quick reminder, of that this morning's incident is certainly a reminder of the danger that our men and women in law enforcement face every day, particularly when executing arrest warrants of drivers of gun violence in our communities, and certainly those of them that we want removed from our community who are suspects of homicides. We are extremely grateful for the members of the Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force for their efforts on this morning, and at this time we'll take any questions that you may have.
What was the suspect's name again?
We did not provide the suspect's name. That is correct.
You showed a picture of a gun.
This is the gun that was on the scene. It's actually turned a little bit upside down. Let's turn it this way.
Hold it just for a second.
Sure, absolutely.
And so all of this happened inside
the apartment. Yeah, that is inside the apartment. That is correct.
Okay, the suspect's apartment?
That's still under investigation.
When was the warrant executed?
This morning at 7 a.m. Yes.
What do you mean by an exchange of gunfire? Who fired first?
That's still under investigation. What we do know, an exchange of gunfire, is that either the suspect and the members of the law enforcement personnel exchanged gunfire on scene at that location.
Is there anything else you can say about the crime that he was wanted for?
Other than wanted for homicide, yeah.
Okay.
First-degree murder.
The name of the victim in that?
Miss Mauricia Singletary. Any other questions?
Are you able to talk about just what happened when you served the warrant? Was he unwilling to cooperate?
That's still under investigation. That's part of the investigation.
Do you know how many members of the task force were inside the building?
Well, we don't typically share personnel numbers whenever we have officers or especially task force members responding to a location just for their safety. We wouldn't provide that information. Any other questions? All right, thank you.